Flight boss, bitch, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now we're going to talk about the water houses. Now, I like to call the water houses the subconscious house. Like, the fire houses is the conscious awareness houses. The water houses is the subconscious awareness houses. The past. Now, things you're subconsciously aware of. Now, I like to say it's the past because things that you're subconsciously aware of came from somewhere. So, like, you won't be aware of it if it didn't come from somewhere. So, it's going to spark your cause. So, it's the cause to your cause. So, it's a cause on a higher frequency, and you're the cause on a lower frequency. So, on this frequency, it's cause and effect. But on this frequency, it's effect and cause. On a higher frequency, the effect comes first. Then it's the cause. The effect worked like a cause. So, for an example, you're the cause here. So what caused you to be here was your parents. So they was your effect. What caused you? So them having sex was the effect, their affections and stuff, and then it was the effect that was needed for your cause. Now you're here causing things, whether you're causing hell or causing heaven on earth, you're here causing stuff. But what caused you to do something? An effect from somewhere. So on a higher frequency, the effect comes from first. But down here, since you're the cause come first in this realm of reality. So you go causing a lot of effects. So whatever you cause is going to have an effect to it. But what caused you to do that was affected from somewhere. You see what I'm saying? So it's an ongoing cycle, a higher frequency down to a low frequency. So, if you was confused about my previous videos about the cause and effect, there you go. So when we talk about the water houses, the fourth house is the cardinal. Now look, check this out. Remind you how each cardinal house remains in the cardinal place, right? But when it comes to, remember when I was saying it goes from fluid to cardinal? And remember how I was saying how water and fire are the representations of the true yin and yang. Before we even get into before we even get into gases out of the true space, which gas is a lower frequency out of the space, but in so many respects, the elements you see in like air, fire, water, and earth all came from the sex of fire and water. And before it even appeared to be fire and water, it was hot and cold. Cold is the representation of earth and water. And wait, hold on, I might get that word wrong. Cold is the representation of air and water. That's why we have oxygen. And hot temperature is the representation of earth and fire. This is why you have mugginess. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when it goes to a higher frequency, it's really just fire and water, but it's not fire and water. It's just it's external and internal. Like really, if you really think about it, fire is external, period. Water is internal, period. But they're not really water and fire. There's other words for it. It's just the closest representation in this realm of reality to compare it to is basically water and fire. This is why when we go from the end to the front, this is why cardinal water is the ruler of this existence, because cardinal water rules the fourth house and cardinal fire rules the first house. And these are the most important houses. Really the first, fourth, 10th, and 7th is, but I'm talking about when we come from the end to the front, as far as like the most cardinal air you can be is mutable air, because the first air is the third house. So you see what I'm saying? So fire cardinal rules the first house. See, but a fixed earth rules the second house. A mutable air rules the third house. But see, a cardinal water rules the fourth house. And then those just the four participants when it comes to going from back to front, when it comes to the characteristics that you play out as karma to dharma or dharma to karma. So you see how the only initiatives is water and fire? You see what I'm saying? So, and it can only be fixed when it comes to earth as cardinality into this existence. It can only be mutable when it comes to air as cardinality when it comes into this existence. But when it comes to water and fire, it can only be cardinality in this existence, because fire and water is what initiated this existence, the true yin and yang. And that's another video. But right now we're going to talk about water. So right now water is the fourth house is basically the domestic issues, how you gain emotional stability amongst yourself, and how you release amongst yourself or amongst the privacy of your own home or wherever you feel most comfortable at. So it's domestic issues on all levels. How you gain emotional stability in all situations. That's basically domestic issues. And a lot of times they get played out through family and through relatives. So this is why cancers are connected to family or connected to home or connected to the emotional awareness of a person's feelings, because they know when another person is moody or trying to initiate or throw their emotional weight around, cancers pick this up. So this is why a lot of times cancers just play out these characteristics. They just may have gut feelings on how you may feel, but a lot of times a cancer may not know how you feel, but they just play out those characteristics. Now, now to know how domestic issues going to be filtered, we have to go to the 12th house. Now the 12th house is things how you already subconsciously act, things you already subconsciously do. So you're already going to have a subconsciousness about yourself. You're already going to have an awareness, a sense of a feeling, a sense of being connected to something. Like you just know and when you come in this world, you just know that you can't be the only person that feel like this, or you're not the only person that has emotions. So as you get older, that gets trickled down into now you start to understand that, okay, yeah, everyone do have emotions and feelings. Now I have my own way, my own emotions and feelings now amongst a collective. So now the 12th house gets filtered to the 8th house, because now that you're here on earth and you're just playing as a kid and you're sharing the emotions and feelings amongst everybody else who want to play. Now you start to get into your own emotions and feelings. You start to have your own ways, your own things that make you feel good. What you did that everybody else did before may not make you feel the same way how everybody else feel anymore. So you have your own emotions and feelings about it now. So now you have your own feelings. You're soaking in your own ways now. And then that gets filtered through the 4th house. Now you're able to initiate and create new ways of how to feel and how to have emotions amongst the domestic issues, amongst close relatives. You're able to express how you feel in a very pleasant way. You're able to express your emotions and feelings amongst all domestic issues and amongst family members and amongst people that you may know now that's very close to you, or in the privacy of their own home. So it's important to know what planets is here, because that's what's going to affect that. That's what's going to make you not want to release yourself in the privacy of your own home or to close relatives and stuff like that. But now that you know that everyone have emotions and feelings, and now that you start to gain and get familiar with your own emotions and feelings, that's the 12th house getting filtered into the 8th house. Now the 8th house is going to get filtered into the 4th house. Now you're able to have your own emotions and feelings, and now you're able to initiate it to others now and transform how you felt, and now put them moods or express them feelings and emotions to others, which is the 4th house. Initiating and creating new ways of how to feel Well, that's Cancer. But as far as domestic issues and things that close relativeness to the emotional stability of yourself, you're able to have a home for this now. Have a home for your own emotional feelings now. And you're able to have moods. You're able to have switch up expressions. You're able to switch up on your moods now, because that is being transformed. It was fluid in the 12th house. It got froze and stuck in the 8th house, and now it got some heat, some cardinal or some temperature put to it in order to get melted again and to be transformed, and to have what it had when it was connected with said everybody, and to know what it has once it got frozen. Now it knows what's its own emotions and feelings. Awareness is, it knows what it wants. It has its own desires now, and now it's able to transform and initiate that to the world, to the point that it's able to initiate and create new ways of how to feel with the emotions and feelings amongst the world, to get what it desire in the right way, as far as domestic issues and how to gain emotional stability within the self. And it's dealing with the past, because this is what you're carrying. This is the emotional baggage you're carrying in your 4th house, which is your home is within you. So you're carrying a lot of baggage from all the other bodies you've been in from the 12th house. The subconscious picked up on that, and now you're carrying a baggage of how you supposed to feel like that in this lifetime, which is now it's in the 8th house. And now you want to transform that, so how you could be in this lifetime to carry on in the future. So now you want to transform those feelings and emotions onto new things to uplift your emotions and feelings, which is going to get filtered to the 4th house, dealing with the domestic, dealing with your own emotional feelings, your own emotional stability. And that's your 4th house. And that's your your subconscious awareness houses, out of your dharma and karma, in your water houses, which is the 4th, 8th, and 12th. Flight boss, bitch. Goddamn air.